Konnichiwa, hajimashite, konnichiwa desu, and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. And today we are going to take a look at the IS-2 Pravda SP, which is one of the two latest Großen Panzer tanks that have been released just recently. Now, this thing is basically just a premium, it's like that premium IS-2 from the Berlin pack, but the difference is really mostly on the paint job. But the question is, does it have any sort of difference when it comes to its performance? So now, let's go take a look and compare the IS-2 Pravda with the rest of the IS-2s in the game. So here we are, and we are going to compare the IS-2 Pravda with the IS-2 1945, the original IS, and the Chinese IS-2. Now, one thing to note is that the Chinese IS-2 has a lot much better shell velocity than the rest of the IS here. Now, the shell velocity is basically the travel time that it gets for your shell, or basically the speed at which your shell goes and hits the enemy from your position. Now that gives the Chinese IS-2 quite a significant advantage, but overall when it comes to really dealing some damage, penetrating other enemy tanks, there's really just no difference. Weapon handling, we can see that the Chinese IS-2 is basically the weak link over here. At 2.54 aim time, dispersion is weak and the depression is weak. It's not like the IS-2 Pravda, IS-2 1945, and probably the IS, but basically they have the same aim time. It's only better on the Pravda and the 1945 IS-2. Mobility wise, we can see that this is where the IS-2 Pravda really shines out, because the power to weight ratio is 17.17, which means it's gonna get to its top speed a lot much faster than the IS-2 1945, the original IS, and the Chinese IS-2. And we can also notice that it's got a lot much better reverse speed at 14 compared to 12 from the IS-2 1945. The terrain resistance on the IS-2 Pravda is not as good as the IS-2 1945. It's the same, almost the same as the original IS, and it's slightly a bit weaker on the IS-2 from the Chinese tech tree. And we can see that there's basically they basically just have the same view range, same HP, same weight. Oh wait, yep, the IS-2 Pravda has a much lighter weight at 44.84, which explains why the power to weight ratio on the Pravda IS-2 is significantly much better. And also, we can also notice that the whole armor on the front is a lot much better than on the IS-2 1945, not the best compared to the original IS, and basically just the same layout as on the Chinese IS-2. So here we are, and we are taking a look at the armor profile of the IS-2 Pravda, and as you can see, it's almost the same as on the IS-2 1945. Basically, there's really no difference, but the roof armor is significantly much better on the IS-2 1945 than it is on the Pravda IS-2. But frontally though, they're basically just the same, though the cupola is also the same. The front hull is basically the same as well, and basically there's really not that much difference, except that the roof armor is a lot weaker, because basically the roof armor on the turret and on the hull is just 30mm flat, nothing more, nothing else. But the thing about it is that the IS-2 Pravda still has a very good armor ranging from 200 to 230mm effective, and the hull cheeks are really well sloped here. The turret has some not very nice angles. It can still reliably be able to bounce at least, but the lower plate is basically always the weakness of every tank. And if you're engaging with an IS-2 frontally, just shoot the lower plate. There's really no contest over there, as it is very thin. But as long as if it's hiding its lower plate, you're better off trying to shoot probably the cupola or the turret cheeks, which are basically just 200mm approximate. Basically the left cheeks, because the right is heavily sloped, as you can see here. 314, ranging about 300 to 500. So you have a better chance of trying to penetrate it either on the lower plate, turret cheeks, and if your gun armor overmatches the frontal armor, you can aim for the upper plate as well. Although there is a weak point as well, which is the driver's viewpoint. As you can see there, it's only 16 millimeters. So you may have a chance, but still, if you're engaging it from a distance, you're better off really trying to shoot the tank from the cupola, and as much as possible, try to engage it on its sides and on its rear. So as you can see now, there's basically just no difference, except that the roof armor is a lot much better on the IS-2 1945 compared to the one on the Pravda. So to sum it all, what I can say about the IS-2 Pravda is that it's a much more mobile IS-2 compared to the other IS tanks in the game. You get that very nice power to rate ratio, which means you can get to your top speed a lot much faster, you can get to flanks much faster, and it's quite mobile for a heavy, not gonna lie. Now, I'm really excited to play this tank. Basically, I haven't really played it. So, anyways, I'm really excited. Let's go take a look and see how the IS-2 Pravda performs in some gameplay. So here we are, and we are playing on Vineyards. And I actually loaded in very late here. Apparently we had some bit of a connection problems or so. Now, and I wasn't really able to deploy. Now I noticed that the enemy team has occupied the town. Probably I can try to go after over there. I decided to hide myself over here. Probably hoping that the KV-2 will appear. Will he? Will he appear? Come on. Yeah. Ah, there he is. Do you see him? Can we put a shot into him? Boom! 425! Very nice. And now we hide to reload. Just look at the reload though. It's very, very long. It feels like it's gonna be forever. So, anyways, it's been a while since I've really played the IS-2, so I didn't want to go a bit aggressive here because my tank doesn't have that much. That doesn't have a very fast reload. I decided to play it a little bit conservative. So I see that this SU and this VK is threatening our lines. Probably put a shot into them. And unfortunately, my shot goes to his track. He fires and he misses us. Now I reload. 12 seconds. I gotta wait. If I go out there, he's surely to penetrate me. He has a gun that can penetrate me for sure. That's a very long 88 over there. Put a shot to him. And no. We're not getting lucky over here. I really want to take out this VK. This VK is really a big threat to my team at least. And I hide. I don't want to show up. Okay, the VK is showing up again. Put a shot to him. Can we? Yes, we can. Finally. Only just 2 more shots before this VK gets taken out. And we reload. Just look at the reload. Oh my god. Though I'm using only carry and some tea here. I forgot what was the food consumables, but just using food on the IS-2 as a consumable basically just shortens that reload in a sense, and it also improves the crew members' efficiency. And now I noticed that the VK shows up. Take him out. Probably that VK thought that I was going for the T-25, so he decided to see if he can take a shot on me. And now he made a mistake, and boom. Now for T-25. Now let's go after and deal with the rest of the enemy team. Now, this wasn't really that much. These 2 replays that I made weren't really that much of a good game or so. They were at least decent in a sense, but insofar, this game kind of really felt like it was like a big change for me in a sense that it's been a while. I kind of forgotten how to really play aggressive on the IS. It feels like it reminded me of my time when I was playing the Chinese IS-2, and it felt like it wasn't really something like this. And the Chappie bounced. But yeah, instead of taking out the Chappie, I decided to take out this KV-1S, even though that Chappie's one shot. Probably my enemy, my teammates finish him off. Shot there, and then decided to take out this KV-1S. This KV-1S is really freaking me out. No hugs. Get away from me. And we take him out. So far, very nice gameplay. We managed to somehow get the enemy to get its guard down when we saw them in the town. We went back. We engaged with the VK. The VK couldn't support his team, and basically their tank destroyers were taking a lot of shots. They were too aggressive, but thankfully we managed to even win this round. So now let's go take a look at the after-game stats. And we made 2,639 damage. We destroyed 3 tanks. For the credits, we made a chunk amount of credits. So as you can see, the IS-2 Pravda is also a credit maker, much like the Firefly Saunders. But insofar, I'm feeling that the Saunders Firefly is a lot much more enjoyable for me. Oh, phone rang. And as for the team, we dealt the top damage, being that our gun has a very high alpha, and we also secured 925 experience points. So now let's go take a look at the IS-2 Pravda in another gameplay. So here we are, and I forgot the tank, the name of the map as well. Anyways, so as my team said that they want to go to the temple, basically the majority of them are going to the temple, I decided to follow up. Now, I'm pretty sure that the mediums on the enemy team are going onto the other side. My team spots the Tiger. Where's they have another heavy, I think. It's the T-29. And yeah, I think they spawned. Yep, there's the T-29, alright. And looks like I was right. It seems like the enemy team is engaging over there on the other side. Now, I can see that we may have a possibility of us failing here. So I decided to go to the other side and try to help out. But I felt that it was going to be a bit too late. There's a lot of mediums there, and I don't want to get circled around. My reload time is not going to be enough, so I decided to probably just stay over here in my position. I see the LTTB. Unfortunately, the shell velocity wasn't just enough for it to land the shot. And now I am exposed. Sexually exposed. Yep. Yeah, people can see me, and both basically this LTTB and the Challenger are just eating my hit points. And this Type 58, this time he wants to try to put a shot into me. This Challenger is just waiting for me. I decided to hide, I don't want to show up. Alright, maybe this Type 58, can he? Now this VK, this cocky VK wants to take out the SU. And whoa, the SU takes out the Challenger. Now, the VK, okay, we should put a shot to the VK. I wouldn't hate hoping that I could hit his rear or his sides, but unfortunately it was angled. He puts a shot into me, he penetrates me. Now I decided to load AP. I gotta take this guy out. This guy is really cocky. Probably he wants to take me out. Right now he's hiding. I look out to my rear. Probably the T-29 is gonna flank. This T-29 could have flanked me. Yep. He's trying to claw his way onto me now. He's trying to flank me. This LTTB though, he notices that I'm alone here. This VK is really wants to take me out, but unfortunately he doesn't. And now the LTTB is over there. The LTTB basically could have taken me out. I don't have enough traverse or reload speed for me to actually shoot back unless he is kind of a bad player. And I've tried my luck on the LTTB. Sadly, it doesn't go through. Come on, reload gun. If you were reloading, if you had a reload speed this fast and you're in the middle of a fight, it's not particularly the best thing to ever happen to you. And especially if you're going up against a tank that has a very, very high speed and has a very nice gun. And now the LTTB got back there. I was surprised that it actually went through. And it didn't really go haywire as much as most Russian tanks' accuracy would. Now, this LTTB needs to be taken out, so we win. We push on tank and we set him on fire! And he gets taken out by our own LTTB. So, that was a nice round. Not really particularly the best. I acted kind of dumb there. but overall, you can see pretty much how the IS-2 can't can't really fight back, in a sense that if it's alone and it's engaging multiple tanks, it's not ideally the best idea ever. So if I got myself deployed, if I put myself on where the SU was, or and the Type 62, I think I could have been taken out by those mediums, and the enemy team could have won because that LTTB kind of had an opportunity to actually carry the game for his team. But instead, he decided not to help the VK, so yeah, the VK got taken out, and I was still alive. So anyways, let's go take a look at the after-game stats. So here we are, and we made 2,032 damage, we destroyed 2 tanks, and we made 52,000 credits. We placed first place on our team again. Basically, we had, when it comes on to high damage, and basically the experience gained. So here it is, my final thoughts for the IS-2 Pravda. Well, basically, it's an IS-2. It's got a much better armor than the regular IS. It's got a weak hull, or rather the roof and the turret roof armor. And the gun is basically just the same, basically just performs the same way. The reload time is really atrocious, so you might really want to invest getting a gun rammer as much as you can to be able to lower the reload down a bit. But insofar, I did enjoy the Pravda, but not as much as I enjoyed the Firefly Saunders. And in all honesty, I think after playing the Pravda, I think I would really highly recommend that you just go for the Firefly Saunders. Unless if you are a Girls and Panzer fan and a collector myself, you could go for both tanks. Or if you're a hardcore Russian comrade who actually idolizes and speaks Russian, tries to imitate the Russian accent a lot, you can get the IS-2 Pravda. So that was it for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider giving it a like down below, subscribe, and also, in a few days, I'll also be uploading the guide onto the Firefly Saunders, and I'm very glad that I've also been able to find the time to finally make the Unicum guide for the Sherman Rebel Orisei, and I'm hoping that I'm able to do and finish the Firefly Saunders Unicum guide, and also for the IS-2 Pravda. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You've all been awesome, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next video and on the battlefield.